Namaste, my beautiful queens. No cards in this video. This video was requested for quite a bit of time already. I was gonna do it to explain you the type of relationships, the types of relationships which are coming into your life. There are four types of relationship which are coming into your life, and I will be explaining you in this video, finally explaining this to you. Of course, you can find tons and tons of information about this subject. You can Google, you can read it, you can watch videos on it, and research the subject, because this is important to know. Excuse me. If some of you can kind of summarize it, then you can do it. If you do not want to summarize it, then I am just going to explain what it is, and you can be listening to me and do your own conclusions. um I can hear this very often, he's my destiny, or this question, is it my destiny? How many of you think, and you also can kind of see it in the movies, that when I see her, it's gonna be just like bam, it's just gonna, something is gonna go like this inside of me. um I'm gonna lose my head. I'm gonna lose. I lost my mind. I never felt this way. The thing is, the sad thing is, my beautiful queens, that if you met a man who made you completely feel yourself out of this world, and you didn't feel the ground under your feet, and your heart stopped, and then it started to beat up again, and you looked into his eyes, and that was it. The sad truth, if something like this happened, or this kind of love from the first sight, so you saw him, he saw you, like, and you do not know why, you don't know what happened, but it's just like bam, and like that's it. If such thing happened, the sad truth of this type of feelings is, this is a karmic partner, or a karmic soulmate partner. So it is grabbing you. I have my own expression. People quote me, actually, but after I die, probably my quotes are going to go all over the place. Probably it's going to happen before I die even. Um, the thing is, why it happens, I say, it grabs you by the heart, it grabs you by the mind, it grabs you by the throat. Why it happened? So you do not miss this man, because goddess Karna, the correct name Karna, she doesn't really have mercy, unfortunately, or fortunately in some situations. So then, unfortunately for us, when karma comes to grab us by throat, by heart, by mind, it is very possible, not just possible, that's for sure gonna hurt. This is the man who walks into your life to make you understand something, to shake you from your core, and to make you awaken. Unfortunately, awakening is not happening softly, easily. Even if those ones are narcissistic, narcissist covered, or all kinds of all this personality disorder, you must understand, nothing happens without reasons in the past. Just get it already. Nothing happens out of blue. Everything is consequences from the past. So if this man tortures you in this life, and you are thinking that every life you are a good girl and never hurt anybody and never brought anybody pain. If this man tortures you, then you've tortured him. Okay, it doesn't happen. Nothing happened out of blue. This is why religions denying reincarnation are absolutely illogical, make zero sense, because then there are no reasons for nothing. Well, we're not going to go into it. So first group of a relationship, they are needed. They, unfortunately, meeting them is very painful. Meeting them is excruciating sometimes. But this is the first. This is the group which is the karmic partner. So I will explain this group, which is called karmic debts, karmic partners. They come into your life. What happens most of the time in this type of relationship, you owe him or he owes you, but usually it's you who owe him. You've done something in, not necessary in the previous life before this one. It could be 5, 10 lives ago. Girls, you cannot imagine how ancient some of you are. Some of you are millions of years old beings. Some of them are tens of thousands of years old beings. You can't imagine how many things you have done in many, many, many lives. So, karmic debts, when this man walks into your life, usually it is very painful for you, because you are giving, give yourself away, and you're not receiving much. This way you paying your karmic debt to this man. Also, it could be the other way. Of course, a woman comes into the life of a man, and he gives a lot to her, and she doesn't give much to him. So he then gonna walk around say that we all more materialistic bitches, we just all want money or something like that. Then it's vice versa. So you put lots of feelings, lots of emotions there, but unfortunately, you don't receive much back. Very often, it's karmic. It's either, so when we are talking karma, it's either he owes you and you pay him back, or he owes you, or you owe him, he owes you, and sometimes you owe to each other. So this is happening, this exchange of what you owe to each other. um I will give you an example. I will give you an example of which is not very rare. Woman, she's married, very good relationship with husband, everything is wonderful, everything is beautiful. um Suddenly she meets some guy out, at work or in a gym or in something, and she doesn't know what's going on. Her life is screwed up. She starts an affair with him. She give everything to him, he gives not much back to her. They separate. This is karmic situation. So, what happens when karmic partners have already paid the debt to each other? Usually, they simply each goes their own ways. Unfortunately, again, there are not many pleasant stories what comes to karmic situation, but usually it connects with lots of self-searching. When you start to try to find the answers to the question why it happened, what is happening, why this is happening to me, so on and so on. So of course, karmic partners uh, they are not easy. This is the first group. They're karmic debts, paying karmic debts. Most of the reading I'm doing will be having karma there. Um, Group number two, teachers. uh they come to teach us something. The thing is that it can be also a mixture of karmic debt and a teacher, because the karmic partner can teach you through even a lot of suffering from your side, to that you have to learn to value yourself, that you have to learn to listen to your intuition, that you have to learn to rise from ashes, that you have to understand what you really want in life, what you do not want in life. So the teachers can be karmic as well, but teachers come to teach us certain lessons. The thing is that teachers can be also kind. Teacher can come and show you, for example, he falls in love with you, but you don't really feel much to him, but he gives you support, he gives you understanding. They can be different. Teachers can be kind, teachers can be evil, teachers can be married, teachers can drive you crazy, teachers can break down the walls you are surrounding yourself with. Teachers can teach you to feel all kinds of things. For example, you are snobbish, and he brings you such a lesson that you start seeing life differently. Teacher can be narcissistic psychopath, and bring you so down, so you freaking up to the point when you only can rise, you cannot go anywhere further deeper than that. Teachers can come to shake you out of your core and to make you believe in yourself, or to learn to put the boundaries, or to learn to build relationship with men. It can be one man, it can be several men in your life who keep on coming, bringing you the same exact lesson until you learn that lesson. Of course, again, karmic partners can also be teachers, and teachers can be karmic. They can be both. Number three, group number three, these are the ones which come into your life after you have learned your lessons already. This is why I tell you, this is why I make so many videos for you, explaining you how things are working, telling you, please read this book, please read that book, please learn this, please learn this, because if you know, then you don't have to deal anymore with the karmic. What is that noise out there? You don't have to deal anymore with the karmic teachers. You don't have to deal anymore with the karmic partners, which in any case, unfortunately, are painful, and unfortunately are not pleasant to deal with. But the learning process, if you already mostly all the learning you are doing through karmic partners and through teachers who are also karmic partners, most of the learning, most of the teachers are teaching you those things which I told you a million times. Basic, most important. You need to learn self love, self respect, self acceptance, and self value. And the most fundamental, what you need to learn, is that you are not your physical body, that you are much grander than your physical body. The physical body is the tiniest part of who you are. I have already explained a million times, beside physical body, six on physical body, and then you are not having God inside of you. You're inside of God, like if it was a sphere and you are inside of it. The God is all around you and one with you and connected with you. So nowadays, of course, the five fundamental things you need to learn when you are meeting karmic partners and teachers which are also karmic: self-love, self-value, self-acceptance, self-respect, realizing, understanding your true gift, your true light, who you are, what you are. And also they help you to push you to your true calling. This is why they come. And until you learn how to do it, then you're gonna keep on having those karmic teachers and karmic partners. The third group of men: a man is good for life. We need the third group. We need those who are giving to us. We are giving to them. They are giving to us. They are making us feel safe, loved, cherished. This is what also called soulmate, not karmic soulmate, but a soulmate. You can build a family with him. He supports your talents. He tells you, yes, my love, you can do this, you can do this, you can open up. You start blooming with such a man, not crying somewhere in a little corner and cursing your life and saying, I just want to die because it hurts so much. I can't live. I don't want to. That is all karma and karmic teachers and karmic partners. If it's a man for life, you would not be watching, uh, you know, you wouldn't you would not be watching my channel or other channels while you're trying to understand how things are working, why things are happening. You have to understand, girls, that even though all of us would want to have this type of a man with whom we just will be blooming like beautiful rose, like my favorite rose, um this kind of men are rarely given to us at the beginning of our journey. Pourquoi? Why? Q. Because with this man, we wouldn't be developing. And also, I do not like to say this word, you need to deserve such a man. No, you don't need to deserve such a man in your life, but you can only meet a man like this when you are ready for a man like this. Because if you are filled with self rejection, with self doubt, with lack of self love, self acceptance, you are not spiritually, emotionally, and mentally mature to attract and to bring into your life. Also, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally mature man. You have to be equal to such a man, because if you have all those issues, such men, you will take this man, you are sitting out there expecting and waiting for Prince Charming to come to you on a white elephant or on a white horse to save you from your lack of self love, lack of self acceptance, understanding who you are, what you are. Girls, we are living in different times now. And those who do not want to develop spiritually, who just want to stuck in 3D and think that the most important thing you gotta do is just find some guy who treats you okay and marry him and have a couple of kids. This is not the way anymore. We all are getting and being put in such situations when you have to face yourself, when you have to understand, who am I? What am I? What is my unique shine? Why I have chosen to incarnate in this time, in this place, in this family, under such circumstances, this, all of this. And you're not going to be given spiritually, emotionally, mentally mature, wonderful man into your life unless you are yourself the same way. So if you, this is the problem. So when you come to me for a reading, there is two things you want me to do. You come to me for a reading while you are, I had a reading today like this. When I see a situation like this, I always want to refuse to do the reading because I see that a woman does not want to know what is there. She wants me to tell her a fairy tale. So there are two cases you coming to me as to a reader. First, do this and change my life. So do this and the right one will come. He will love me, cherish me, respect me, give me everything I ever wanted and dreamed about. But I don't want to do it. Girls, if you want to have six pack, if you want a body like Jennifer Lopez or whoever, you need to do, you need to watch what you eat. You need to be on a diet. You need to go to a gym. You need to do lots of things. So if you want to have in your life a man with whom your life will be fulfilled, when you both are going to inspire each other, when you both are going to be feeling great with each other, when you both are going to create something, to add something to this world, to walk hand in hand, but you don't want to do nothing for that, it's not going to happen. So the third group, the men for life, they will come into your life when you are ready. So you come to me, for example, you are in relationship either with karmic partner or with karmic teacher, and what you want from me, you want me to do this, and he suddenly turns into this third type of a man. But he's not gonna turn into this type of a man miraculously just because I look at him. If I can influence the situation with the powers I'm given, if I'm allowed to influence the situation from the keepers and the guides, and I can, but I'm rarely allowed and allowed just a little bit. You have to understand you're sitting in a little corner waiting for Prince Charming without doing inner work. It's not going to happen. Nowadays, it's not going to happen. So the third group is the one which you only meet when they only come into your life. When you cut all the bullshit out of your life, when you learn the self-love, self-respect, self-value, self-acceptance, your own value, you understand your own uniqueness, you understand that you are immortal being of light, you understand why you here, who you are, what you have to do, what you have not. This requires work, yes, girls. This requires reading books or watching videos like Gaia.com and watching all that. It's already all there. You just have to just click the buttons. You don't have to go to a library anymore. So the right man, that wonderful man, they come into your life after you have already learned all your lessons. And you are that woman who's not going to accept someone who does not treat her the way she wants to be treated, because she understands and she knows her own value. He is going to come into your life when you know exactly who you are, what you are, and what you deserve, and you don't doubt anymore. Group number 4, twin flames. I have done enough of the videos on this subject, and enough videos done on the subject. Those is completely different group, and that group is very, very small, unfortunately, very small. Very small amount of TFs. Those are separate, but if they include they are, of course, are they can be having the tendency of the teachers or of the karmic partners, because they are karmic partners. Twin flames shared hundreds of lives, so there is information that the minimum of amount of lives is 999. I think it's much more than that. They, of course, they have different goals and different requirements they got, they are dealing with. So I'm not going to go into that, but of course that is experience which is supposed to shake you out, and you live in one life. You are going through 777 lives in one. So I'm not going to be talking about TFs, but these are the main groups of the men you are dealing in your life, either karmic partners or karmic teachers, or then perfect man who comes to you when you're ready for him to come to you, and that one is going to make you happily ever after. That is what's so called soulmate. um, but soulmates, of course, can be not just a man who's romantically involved with you. Soulmates can be anybody who you feel like at home, like you can share anything with. Like for most of you, I am your soulmate, because I you can share with me all kinds of things, and I will be able to understand you, though, because this is how souls to soul connects. So these are the type of karmic relationship. How to deal with karmic relationship? The thing is, if you are sometimes you don't have the choice, so you are being thrown there, you already going through it. But if you, for example, get a reading with me or with another psychic or with somebody else, um, anyways, you are getting information like this man is going to behave like this, so if you stay with him, this is going to happen. If you leave him, this is going to happen. Here you are brought by your guides and keepers to the point when you can have a choice. So of course, when you don't have a choice, you don't know what's going on with you, you're just being thrown there, and you have to learn and go through all this to achieve a certain level in your development. So of course, it's a little bit sad because you're not given a choice, you're just thrown there. But if you already mm, you are being given by your keeper some information, for example, suddenly you see an article on in internet, on or a video on YouTube, or you just get something, some information which tells you, okay, you are probably in karmic relationship, then of course, when you are being given information what you are dealing with, then you already are given a choice. And if you are given a choice, it means that pretty much your karma with this man had been fulfilled, because now you are being given a choice, you are being given a door. So I am telling you, or you read it online, and or you understand and figure it out yourself. I am in karmic relationship, so I can walk away, I can choose to walk away and stop dealing with this bullshit. So, sorry, my life, it's not bullshit, but it's usually very painful and hard. I can walk away, or I choose to stay and keep on suffering. It's your choice, of course. But if you are given information, then you already are given a choice. Usually, if you don't have a choice and you are forced to go through it, or you forced yourself to go through it because you You don't incarnate without agreeing to incarnate in certain body, position, condition, society, country, so on and so on. Then you have to go through that, and then when you're given information, you already are given a choice. Again, not gonna talk about TFs have different goals which are connected with humanity, with karma of humanity, not just their own karma or karma of 8 generations prior to their birth, him and her. Will not talk about it here. I had enough videos on that subject. So, my beauties, I hope it was helpful. I am wishing you all the most beautiful things in the world. I will try to talk to you more later. Namaste.